I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Dennis Kudla.
I'm Jesper de Jong.
I'm Henry Laakson.
I am Francisco Cerundolo, and you are listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Game to Love tennis podcast. You are with me here on centre court for a match between Heather Watson and Jule Niemeier. This is a fourth round match. Sorry that the match is starting very late. It was scheduled for 1:30, but there was a ceremony on centre court at 1:30, so play was delayed, celebrating all the past champions here at Wimbledon. But we are underway here with Heather Watson serving to get us on the board. It is 30-15 to Watson. A real chance here for the home hope, Heather Watson, to reach a first ever Grand Slam quarterfinal. This is her first ever fourth round, is Watson, at the age of 30. A great story, making her first ever second week at a slam, and at Wimbledon as well, a home slam. She has 40-15 here on her serve. So thanks all for your patience before this match. Thanks for joining me on the stream. My name is Megan. If you haven't seen me here before, I'm also bringing you the match up next on centre court as well between Alcaraz and Sinner. But for now, this is the first match on centre, and it's a good serve here from Watson. Now the 1-2 punch into the open court. Niemeier just gets it back. Now goes forehand down the line. Heather Watson with the backhand is long, 40-30. So before we get underway in this match, get into it really, tell me your predictions. How do you think this one is going to go? Is Heather Watson going to make a quarterfinal for the first time, or is the young German going to come through? Watson serving here at 40-30. We have the first serve here from Watson. Now the forehand from Niemeier. It's a good return, a slice backhand here from Watson. Now Niemeier goes down the line on the inside out forehand, but it's wide, and Heather Watson gets the first game on the board, much to the delight of centre crowd here. So Jule Niemeier is going to come out and serve now for her first service game. Heather Watson made her Wimbledon debut here 12 years ago as a teenager. So 12th time of asking, she's made the fourth round here. It's a great story for her. Yeah, we have a new button. We've got the Heather Watson button as well. We have a Niemeier button as well. So I will get those both out, no doubt. We do have two other matches going on as well, so I'll try to bring you score updates for those during the changes of ends. But it's a good serve there from Niemeier into the net on the return from Watson. It's 15-love. Hope you're all enjoying Wimbledon so far. We've seen lots of upsets on both sides of the draw, especially the women's, that bottom half that these two are playing in. There's a real chance to get to a possible semi-final, even a final. That's a great 1-2 punch again there from Niemeier, putting the lobbed ball up and away. It is 30-love. Don't forget, if you are watching, please hit the like button. Every like really does help us, helps people to find the channel. Don't forget to subscribe as well. We hit 40,000 subscribers this week. We're trying to get to 50 now, but thank you everybody who has supported us so far. That's an excellent serve down the tee there from Jule Niemeier, 40-love. This is a great start for her. Just 22 is Niemeier, I believe. So Watson with experience on her side. Second serve here for Niemeier. We have a Jule fan in. Second serve here. The forehand return of Watson. Now forehand from Niemeier. Watson goes backhand to the middle of the court. It's a drop shot from Niemeier. Watson gets there, but Niemeier is there with the volley and gets the passing shot away. That's an excellent game for Jule and Niemeier. We are one game apiece.
Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Bringing the fire, bringing the fire, bringing the... Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Bringing the fire, bringing the fire, bringing the...
Watson here serving out one game all. We have a second serve here for Heather Watson. Came through a really tight match in a previous round in Watson against, Kaya Juvan. And we have a good backhand cross-court here from Watson. A slice backhand from Niemeier. Watson with the forehand tries for the inside out, but pushes it wide. It is love 15. The winner of this match will face the winner of the match that's going on number 1 court between Yelena Ostapenko and Tatiana Maria. Potential all-German quarterfinal there. That's an excellent serve from Watson. It's into the net from Niemeier. 15 all, excuse me. The crowd really getting behind Watson here. It's a very full crowd because we did have the ceremony on centre court before this with all the past champions. Most of them anyway. There were a few notable absentees. But Roger Federer did make his return to centre court and said that he'd hoped to play there one last time. Be lovely to see Roger back on centre court. We have an ace down the tee from Heather Watson, 30-15. Also saw the likes of Billie Jean King, Pat Cash, Novak Djokovic. Saw Angie Kerber and Simona Halep as well, which was nice to see. Conchita Martinez. Who else did we have? Chris Evert, Venus Williams. Oh, great play at the net there from Heather Watson with the volley smash, 40-15. When she won her last round, you could see how much it meant to her to get to this stage at the Grand Slam for the first time at the age of 30. Heather Watson, 40-15. That's a good swinging serve. Oh, just wide on the return there from Niemeier. So it is another game for Heather Watson. It is 2 games apiece. As I mentioned over on court 1, we've got Maria versus Ostapenko. They are 1 set apiece over there. 7-5. Ostapenko took the first. Maria took the second 7-5. So all to play for in that one. You have also got a match over on court number 2, a gentleman's singles between David Goffin and Francis Tiafoe. Goffin took the first set there on a tiebreak, 7-6. Tiafoe, though, up a break in the second set at 3-1 and does have another break point for a double break. So that's a potential long match there. Could go 5 sets. I have a stat here that Heather Watson wins 67% of her serve points, ranked in the top 5 among all female players here. Although Jule Niemeier wins 54% of her return points, which is the best returner in the ladies' draw. So great stats for both of those there. And indeed it is, Cass. It's such a huge chance for these two as well to potentially make a quarter and a semi-final as well in this really bottom half of the draw. But it's a good start from both so far. Looking strong on serve. We have Niemeier now serving at 1-2. Niemeier with the first serve. Oh, it's an ace from Niemeier. That's a great swinging serve out wide. 15 love. If you are watching, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Niemeier here at 15 love. Good first serve into the net from Watson. It's very good serving here from Niemeier so far. In the third round, Heather Watson, as I mentioned, beat Kaya Juvan. Tiebreak first set, but then 6-2 in the second. Niemeier defeated the Ukrainian Lisia Surenko in 3 sets there, 6-4, 3-6, 6-3, to make this fourth round. Jule Niemeier with the second serve. Backhand return from Watson is looped up. Niemeier's there with the backhand cross-court. Watson gets there. Now the forehand down the line from Niemeier. Watson with a great cross-court angle. Niemeier gets it again, though. Heather Watson digs it out for the short ball. Niemeier is there again. Watson lobs it up, and it lands in. What a rally. And Niemeier with the pass. What an incredible rally. She throws her hands in the air. You can see people in the crowd just laughing at that one. That was incredible. 40 love Heather Watson laughing there as well. Center crowd loved that. What a rally from those two. But it is 40 love here for Niemeier. With the first serve, just lets the ball drop there. Already some magic early on in this match. Into the net, second serve here. Niemeier here with the second serve. Watson with the forehand return. Niemeier with the forehand down the middle. Watson goes backhand. Niemeier with the backhand down the middle again. Watson is into the net, and we do have our first game to love. It is 2 games apiece. Very well played there, Sean. I love a good pun. Watson should feel at home at Wimbledon. It's great to see the support she's getting here on centre court. Certainly, Yelena Ostapenko is up a break now in that deciding set over on court number 1. I'll keep you up to date with that. But we have got Watson here serving at 2-all. It's a good serve out wide, greatly well placed in the box. Have a forehand from Niemeier down the line. Niemeier comes into the net with the drop shot. Watson lobs it up. Niemeier with the volley. There's some great rallies at the net already in this match. And again, that one was won by Niemeier. Love 15. Not afraid to come into the net is Niemeier. It's great to see players taking that on. Easy there with the overhead volley put away. So Niemeier gets the first point here on the serve of Watson. That's a good serve. Backhand slice return. Now Watson goes cross-court. Niemeier with the forehand is long. 15-all. Yeah, it's odd. Like, Niemeier is a name that I've seen in draws before, but I've never really had a chance to watch her play until this tournament as well. But so far, she's been doing really well. And exactly, yeah, someone who hits big with also a great drop shot. It's wonderful to see. I love that variety in the game. Second serve here for Watson. Maria has just gotten the break back against Ostapenko on court 1, so still all to play for there. Second serve, backhand return from Niemeier. Watson with backhand. Oh, it's a drop shot again from Niemeier. Watson is there, but Niemeier again with the volley at the net. And it's 15-30. Niemeier is winning a lot of these net points. She's got such delicate hands for a powerful player. Watson here at 15-30, maybe in a little bit of trouble. The first serve down the tee, the forehand chip return from Niemeier. Heather Watson goes cross-court on Niemeier with the backhand cross-court. Heather Watson down the line. Niemeier is there with the cross-court. Watson again goes long. And we have our first break point of the match. There are 2 break points here for Jule Niemeier. Or we have Jule's biggest fan in. I hope I am pronouncing her name correctly. So 2 break points for Watson to try and save here. Will Niemeier go for the net play again? She's been very successful there. Again, Heather Watson with the ball toss, just letting it drop. First serve into the net. She was going down the tee there, I think. Good chance here for Niemeier on the second serve. Forehand return here from Niemeier. Forehand cross-court is into the net from Heather Watson, and Niemeier gets the first break of serve. It is 3-2. And it is Niemeier with the advantage here in this first set.
Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Bringing the fire, bringing the fire, bringing the... Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Bringing the fire, bringing the fire, bringing the...
So first break here for the German. Over on court number 2, Tiafoe has managed, well, Goffin's managed to keep it to just the 1 break there in that second set. So Tiafoe is serving at 3-2. Could be a long one. An hour and 44 minutes on the clock there. And still 1.5 sets played. That's a lengthy match. It was the first match we saw over on number 2 court. We saw Marie Boskova come through against Caroline Garcia, who'd been in excellent form, not just this week, but winning Bad Homburg as well, did Garcia. Took out Emma Raducanu, but a great win for Boskova, and she was very, very impressive. Yeah, indeed, Todd. It was quite speedy match, that one. Boskova played very, very well. There were quite a few unforced errors from Garcia as well, but it's all credit to Boskova because she did extremely, extremely well. So she's through to her first ever Grand Slam quarterfinal. First quarterfinalist that has been decided at this year's Wimbledon. And the first winner on the first ever scheduled middle Sunday as well. Niemeier, 15 love here. Backhand return from Watson is wide, 30 love. I mentioned it's going to be a huge opportunity, but both of these women to get to a Grand Slam quarterfinal and potentially a semi. Next opponent would either be Tatiana Maria or Yelena Ostapenko. It could be either one of those. They are, well, 7-5, 5-7, and now 2 games apiece and 30 all. Couldn't be any closer there. Second serve here for Niemeier. Oh, it's a double fault there. First double fault of the match, 30-15. Maybe a few nerves. Must be daunting coming out to play on centre court to a full crowd, especially against a home favourite. 30-15 here. First serve down the tee. Watson goes wide with the return. 40-15. She doesn't seem to be too phased by it, though, does Niemeier? Looks very calm. Doesn't seem to be playing very tightly at all. She's coming to the net. Big hitting as well. Oh, went for the big serve down the tee there, but it was just wide. Second serve here, but still 2 game points. Second, oh, what a second serve that was from Niemeier, right out wide. And Watson goes long on the return. That was a beautiful second serve there from Niemeier, and it is a consolidation of that break of serve. We are 4-2. So Jule Niemeier, well, of course, is the person who took out number 2 seed Annette Kontaveit in the second round match, I believe. Did that in under an hour in straight sets, did Niemeier. So that was a great result for her. Oh, Sean here, hoping Kyrgios ends up playing Nadal. Personally, I don't hope that happens because I want Nadal to get to the final. But yeah, I'm sure all of you saw that Kyrgios and Tsitsipas match last night. What are your thoughts on that? Personally, I think that was a bit of a circus rather than a tennis match. Was keeping more of an eye on the Nadal match, to be honest. But some spicy words in press conferences as well on both sides. 15 love here for Watson. It's a good first serve. Oh, the looped return is in, though, from Niemeier. Now goes cross-court on the backhand. Heather Watson is into the net, 15 all. Yeah, Alex, it is very possible we'll have a first-time winner. So I think the only former Wimbledon winner is Simona Halep in the draw. We did have Kvitova, who lost yesterday. We had Serena Muguruza, who lost early. So, yeah, unless Halep does it. And it's a very good match with Halep and Paula Badosa in the quarterfinals. No, sorry, the fourth round. I'm a little bit confused there. That'll be a really good one, Halep and Badosa, for a place that's that top section of the draw. But yeah, it is a very likely scenario here. And Ostapenko, I think, is the only other Grand Slam winner who's won the Roland Garros at the age of 19. Watson here again, 15-30 on the serve. That's a good serve down the tee. Took the pace off it there. Now Watson comes to the net with the slice. Oh, lob from Niemeier is beautiful. Oh, that landed right at the back of the court. And we have 2 more break points here for Niemeier. 9 winners for the German compared to 3 for Watson. Jonathan, a Watson fan, yeah. Centre court here. I think the crowd can really play a part in helping get her through this. 2 break points here, though, for Niemeier. That's a good serve from Watson. Now with the 1-2 punch into the open court. Oh, and Niemeier gets a racket on it. But nicely saved there from Heather Watson, 30-40. Ronan's saying it was top-notch entertainment for sure. Yeah, I can imagine. I think probably most eyes were glued to that match last night. Still a break point here for Niemeier. Serve down the tee, forehand return. Now backhand cross court from Watson. Niemeier with the backhand down the middle. Backhand again from Watson now with the forehand. Oh, it goes long, and it is a second break of serve for Jule and Niemeier. So Niemeier breaks again and will come out to serve for this opening set at 5-2.
Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Bringing the fire, bringing the fire, bringing the... Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Bringing the fire, bringing the fire, bringing the...
So Niemeier serving for this opening set. When we come back for the change of ends, Carpusing, I remember 2016 when Watson and Continen won the mixed doubles. I can remember that as well. That was such a good moment as well for them both on the centre court there, winning the mixed doubles. Really good moment there for Heather Watson. Yeah, I tend to agree with you there, Todd. Kyrgios does manufacture controversy. Had a thin air. Unprofessional comes to mind as well. Hi, Lexi. Nice to see you again. Hope Heather wins. Cheering for the Brits here. Yeah, indeed, she is quite a danger, and she has a double break and is serving for the set here now as Jule Niemeier. Very solid performance from her so far. Just long on the serve there, though, so it will be a second serve here. Jonathan saying, come on, Watson, you can do this. Second serve here for Niemeier. Forehand return from Watson. Oh, just clips the net. Niemeier is there. Now she comes into the net. It's lobbed up by Heather Watson. Niemeier with the smash put away. 15 love. John asks, have they played before? If you're talking about Nadal and Kyrgios, I'm just looking up their head-to-head now. I think Nadal won their last meeting. I may be wrong about that. I'm going to have a look at it now. So, okay, head-to-head between Nadal and Kyrgios. 3 wins Kyrgios, 6 wins for Nadal. So Nadal leads that one. The last time they met was... at Indian Wells. They met Indian Wells this year. Let me see. This is, 2022 ATP Masters Indian Wells. Nadal won that one. Nadal has actually won the last 3 meetings between him and Nick Kyrgios. $15 all here on the serve of Niemeier. Yeah, Alex, I'm going to be calling that one after this one, and I think that is a heck of a matchup. 2 of my favorite players to watch on the men's tour. Definitely stay tuned for that one. Good serve there from Niemeier. It's long on the return from Watson, 30-15, just 2 points away from this opening set now. Very composed performance here from Niemeier so far. Took out number 2 seed Annette Kontaveit in the second round. Second serve here. Over on court number 2, David Goffin has got the break back from Francis Tiafoe in that second set. So all square over there. Goffin took the first. Oh, Watson with a frustrated slap of the ball into the net there as she can't clear the net. And it is 2 set points here for Jule Niemeier, and the crowd is really trying to get her going there. Just didn't quite get her racket underneath the ball there, did Watson, to get enough height on it. Set point for Niemeier. Oh, just a let there as it clips the net. Wow, Dustin Brown has a 2-love head-to-head against Nadal. He's a fun player to watch, isn't he, Dustin Brown? I haven't seen him in a while. First serve here. Oh, it's a good serve. It's a miss hit on the return, but it lands in from Watson, but it's there for Niemeier to put away. And it is the first set in just under half an hour. Jule Niemeier takes it 6-2. So Watson with a bit of work to do here in the second set, but hopefully the crowd can get her through it. They'll want to see more tennis for sure, but it is Jule Niemeier with the advantage.
Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Bringing the fire, bringing the fire, bringing the... Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Bringing the fire, bringing the fire, bringing the...
So Heather Watson with a bit of work to do here. That was a great set of tennis from Jule Niemeier, though. Big hitting, very good net play, very composed as well. Alex asks, is this Watson's best result at Wimbledon? It's actually her best result at a Grand Slam ever. She previously made the third round at Wimbledon. A number of times has lost to the likes of Serena and Azarenka as Watson. So this is already her best result ever at a Grand Slam. At the age of 30, made her first ever second week of a slam. And it's great that it's at Wimbledon as well. So if she were to do one better here, that would be amazing for her. It's a great story really for Watson. But yeah, her best round here, by far. Best round at a Grand Slam. Pushed Serena Williams, mind you, in one of those previous round 3s. Had Williams on the ropes there. So she does perform well at Wimbledon, but this is her best so far. So Heather Watson will serve to get us underway in this second set. See if she can turn things around. Yeah, indeed. Cornet as well. She's had a hell of a year as Cornet. She made her first ever slam quarter-final this year and has now ended the streak of Iga Swiatek as well with a comfortable win yesterday. So both of them doing great things this year at a later age. It's being challenged here by Watson. Oh, it did indeed clip the line. It's a good challenge there from Watson. The crowd love that one. I think they're going to replay the point here. Yeah, they will replay it. No electronic line calling here at Wimbledon. We have the line judges back. So the players get 3 challenges per set, an extra 1 for a tiebreak. So replaying the point here. Watson to get us underway. Good serve. Hannah, come on from Heather Watson. 15-love. If you are watching along, please don't forget to hit the like button if you are enjoying the channel. Helps people to find us. And give us a subscribe as well if you don't already. 15 love here for Watson with the first serve. The forehand chip return from Niemeier. Heather Watson for the drop shot is a beauty. Right to the sideline there. 30 love. That was better from Watson. We've seen a few good drop shots from Niemeier, but one from Watson there. Could do with a nice easy service hold here just to slow momentum down. Second serve here, though. Backhand return from Niemeier. Heather Watson with the forehand down the line. That's a good shot. Backhand from Niemeier is in. Now we go for the drop shot again, but Niemeier is there with the lob. Heather Watson runs back for it, lobs with herself, but Niemeier is at the net to put the volley away again. Another great play at the net for Jule Niemeier. It's 30-15. Yeah, Neil saying here, Emma was clearly not 100% physically, but I think if she had the draw Watson had, she would still be in Wimbledon. Hope Heather can do it today, but needs to step it up a lot. Yeah, I actually wasn't entirely sure that that Emma Raducanu would play Wimbledon with that injury, but she actually played very well in her opening round to defeat Van Vank in straight sets. A good grass player is Van Vank. Eventually then losing in the second round to Caroline Garcia, who made the fourth round. Lost today, though, did Garcia to Boskova. But yeah, it was a tougher draw, definitely, for Emma Raducanu. Second serve here at 30-15. Oh, it's a double fault from Heather Watson. That's her first of the match. Sorry, Heather there. Did Heather a bit dirty there. First double fault for Heather Watson at 30 all. Yeah, if Corday manages to win Wimbledon, she'll probably retire on the spot. Like Bartley did, I think. Bartley did that when she won Wimbledon. I think she would, because Corney's she thought about retiring this year already. She nearly did retire. And of course, now she's made her first ever slam quarterfinal and she's beaten Iga Swiatek at Wimbledon. So I wouldn't be surprised. And honestly, Corney does have a decent chance. I mean, she plays Ayla Tomljanovic in the next round, who's good. She got a good win over Barbora Krejcikova, did Tomljanovic. But we'll play Tomljanovic for a place in the quarters. Then would either play Rybakina or Martic. So Corney potentially could get to a semi-final here. We have a break point, though, here on the serve of Watson early on. Can she save this one? That's a good serve. Oh, the return is in, though. It's a slice now. Niemeyer's at the net. Watson lobs. Niemeier, though, can't do anything with it. It is deuce. Yeah, so that Goff and Tiafoe match is very good. It's 2 hours on the clock and they haven't even finished two sets yet. First set on the tiebreak, Tiafoe was almost up a double break in that second set, but it's all on serve. Goffin at 5-4. That's a great match over there. I was watching that before this one. Juicy for Watson. Excellent serve, forehand return. Now the backhand into the open court. Niemeier with the slice. Watson goes to the middle with the backhand. Niemeier does the same. It's lobbed up by Watson. Niemeier with the forehand. Watson goes. Oh, Niemeier's at the net. Again, net play, but it's into the net there from Niemeier this time. At advantage Watson. Watson comes away with the net point this time. Yeah, indeed. I agree. I think people who are saying that Emma was, maybe a one-hit wonder, I disagree with that. She's very clearly talented and injuries are just, they've really plagued her these past few months. I think she just needs to get a bit more match fitness and establish herself as a full-time player on the tour. But she's going far in the game, I think. I don't agree with the one-hit wonder opinion. And Heather Watson puts it away at the net there. She avoids the break of serve. She gets the first game on the board in this second set. Watson, 1 love. Yeah, Neil, I think a lot of us possibly predicted an upset there. It was a really tough first round draw for Alison Van Uytvanck, Heather Watson. Raducanu and Alison Van Uytvanck, and she did very well to come through that one. I think I thought maybe it would be an upset there. Van Uitvank took out Garbine Muguruza the year after she won the championships. So good player on the grass. I forgot that Flavia Pennetta retired as well after she won that US Open title. It's a great way to go out, though, isn't it? Go out on a high. Second serve here for Niemeier, 400 turn from Watson. Niemeier into the net, love 15. That may be the first time Watson's won the first point on the Niemeier serve. Question from Neil. Would you make Halep the favourite now for the title? I think I would still edge Jabeur, but it's got to be Jabeur and Halep for it. I picked Swiatek at the beginning of the tournament, but after the first round, I think I actually changed it to Jabeur. I changed my allegiances pretty quickly, just after seeing how well Jabeur played and how out of sorts Swiatek was. So I've still got Jabeur for the title, but Simona Halep has been looking very good. She is going to have a tough one, though, against Badosa. Badosa played very well yesterday against Kvitova. I called that one. It was a really tight match. But definitely, if Halep comes through that against Badosa, she's the favourite in that top part of the draw. But Jabeur, for me, I think I would just put as my favourite. Good serve there from Niemeier now with the forehand. Watson with the passing shot and a big shout from Heather Watson. We got 3 break points for Watson. That came out of nowhere. Great passing shot there from Watson. And suddenly, it's love 40. 3 break points for Heather Watson. I think these are her first break points. Can she capitalise on one of them? And she's got a second serve to look at here as well, does Watson. Jule Niemeier with the second serve. Forehand return from Watson. Now the forehand from Niemeier. Watson with the backhand. Niemeyer's at the net with the short ball. That's a good play there from Niemeier. 1 break point saved. 15-40. Yeah, I'm hoping Consolidates is going to come back strong. We know how great she is on a hard court, especially an indoor hard court. She's been very open, Annette Consolidates, about struggling with long COVID. So it's really tough to see her go out so handily, really, to Niemeier in the second round. But it's great that she's been open about it. And it's such a shame that it's really affected her still, Consolidates, COVID many, many weeks later. Hopefully she can get back to full fitness. And Heather Watson gets the break as the ball goes long there from Niemeier. And after a pretty straightforward first set, the first break in the second goes to Heather Watson. So Heather Watson here with the advantage. Indeed, yeah. That is very true. Petra Kvitova, she did give away a few key points with some double faults yesterday to Kvitova. I think she gave away 2 breaks of serve with the double fault. There were a few errors. So, yeah, I do agree with you. I don't think Halep will be as forgiving as that. But I still think it's going to be a very good match, Badosa Halep. I'm hoping they both play their best, and it's going to be a really tight one. But, yeah, Badosa will have to really stick in there with Simona Halep and take some of those points on herself rather than waiting for an error. Watson at love 15 here. And a second serve. Could tell you over on number 1 court, Tatiana Maria is serving for the match. 1 set apiece, but has broken Ostapenko to take 5-4 lead and will serve after that change of ends. Watson here at love 15, a forehand from Niemeier. Watson with the backhand. Niemeier now with the forehand on the rise. Watson goes cross court. Niemeier down the line. Backhand from Watson is long. Love 30. A shake of the head there from Heather Watson. Niemeier looking to get that break straight back. If you are watching along, please don't forget to hit the like button because every like really does help people find us. Heather Watson, the only British woman left in the draw, started with 8. First serve here at love 30. Took all the pace off that one, but was nicely placed. Now with the forehand. Yes, that's a good cross court from Heather Watson. 15-30. Yeah, good point here from Neil. There's a lot of, players who haven't been to a slam final still in the draw. You never know how they're going to hold up under pressure. But I agree with you. I think Ons absolutely has the personality to cope. We've seen her win a big title. It was a Masters 1000 at Madrid this year. But I think Ons has got what it takes to cope with it. I don't think she'd be mentally swayed at all by the pressure. What's on here? 1530. Much better than Love 40 with that save. Oh, is it a double fault from Watson? Oh, it is. The second serve clipped the net and went long. So we have got 2 breakback points here for Jule Niemeier. Crowd trying to get behind Watson here. That double fault couldn't have come at a worse time. Oh, took all the pace off that serve. Oh, it's a deep return of serve from Jule Niemeier, and it goes long from Watson. It is indeed the break right back. So a very subdued centre court here as Heather Watson gives the break right back to Jule Niemeier. I can tell you, well, on court number 1, Maria was serving for it, was broken whilst serving for it. So they're 5 games apiece now, Ostapenko and Maria. So that one, 2 hours on the clock, couldn't be any tighter. Frances Tiafoe over on court number 2 is serving for the second set. Lost the first to Goffin on a tiebreak, but is serving at 6-5 there on court number 2. That is the last singles match on court 2. We first saw Caroline Garcia go out to Marie Buskova. Buskova played very, very well, and that's a great win for her. Yeah, it is true that Kontaveit doesn't have an excellent slam record. It's quite crazy that she's no longer the world number 2, but was the world number 2. And I don't think she's got past the 3rd round at a slam, Kontaveit. Maybe a 4th, but I don't think it's a 3rd. So she doesn't have a great record of slams, no. I think she is, struggling with long COVID recently, but yeah, that doesn't explain her record at slams. Question from Alex: what's your opinion about Laura Robson? I genuinely think it was the injury. She's had really, really bad wrist injury. She's had surgeries to that wrist, and because she did really well. She she beat the likes of Kim Clijsters and Lee Na at a Grand Slam. She won an Olympic silver medal in doubles. With Robson, I think it was really, really unfortunate with that wrist injury. Just really kind of hampered her career. Laura Robson, though, is an excellent commentator, I have to say. Has turned her hand to that now since retiring very recently, although she had been out of the game for a while. So Niemeier serving at 1-2 has got the break back. Second serve. Forehand return from Watson. Niemeier with the forehand. Watson goes to the middle of the court. It's a drop shot from Niemeier. She comes into the net. Heather Watson goes for the passing shot, but Niemeier is there with the volley. 30-love. Watson hit it right back to her there. Yeah, I think she went cross court, did Watson, on the attempted passing shot. I think she should have gone down the line there. Niemeier had 30-love. Thought that was an ace down the tee, but just wide. So she did get one quarterfinal. Okay, I've done Kontaveit a disservice there, but yeah, just the one quarterfinal for someone who's been world number 2. Yeah, it is a little baffling her results at slams, because she is such a good player. She won so many titles at the lower level, more at the 500 level. She's great on an indoor hard court, but yeah, I don't quite understand why she hasn't done better at the slams. 40-love here for Niemeier after breaking back. Easy hold of serve here would be good for her. It's a good serve. Back and return from Watson is excellent, though. Comes at the shoelaces of Niemeier, who tries to dig it back out, but can't do it. 40-15. Yes, Laura Robson and Naomi Brody, both excellent commentators. Yeah, I've heard a little bit of Joe Conter this tournament. I haven't heard much. Also, we've got Caroline Wozniacki is commentating. All accounts, I haven't really heard much of her, but by all accounts, she's quite good. And I think Sabine Lisicki as well is turning her hand to it. It's an ace there to seal the game for Jule Niemeier. So she does indeed consolidate that break back of serve, something Heather Watson couldn't do. So we're 2 games apiece. Oh, prediction that Niemeier may make the final. One of those German robots, perfect everything, but maybe no personality. Let's see. I think she's very good. I'm enjoying her game. You know, she's a big hitter, but she's got great skills at the net as well. 15 love here for Watson. Tatiana Maria over on court number 1 will get a second chance to serve it out as she breaks Yelena Ostapenko serving at 6-5. Oh, Niemeier lobs Watson. Watson jumps to try to reach it, but it was just too high for her. 15-all. Ah, yes, Neil, the parade of champions. No Boris Becker for obvious reasons. Quite a few champions missing. I know Martina Navratilova is out with COVID. That's why she wasn't there. It's good to see Roger Federer back, though. Ah, yeah, Kim Clijsters is good as well. Yeah, she's been doing a few for Wimbledon, hasn't she? Yeah. Second serve here. 400 turn. Watson with the backhand. Niemeier with the back and cross court. Watson now cross court as well. Niemeier goes cross court, which is cross court to cross court. Watson with the drop shot attempt. Excuse me. Sorry. Goes into the net. It is 15-30. Yeah, indeed. I think, well, I've heard from quite a few pundits that the game of Tatiana Maria could really trouble Ostapenko. She doesn't like that style of play, Ostapenko, the slicing and dicing. So Maria, yeah, serving for it again. She got broken serving for it the first time, but she's got 30 love there. So 2 points away from a huge win is Tatiana Maria. I'll keep you up to date on that one. Just wide there from Niemeier, 30-all. That was a beautiful moment now when Sue Barker got that standing ovation at the ceremony today. It's quite emotional as well. I'm not sure who's taking over for it. I can't remember the name of the presenter because there's a new presenter that's joined the BBC team, and I think there've been rumours that potentially she would be taking over for Sue Barker. I can't believe I can't remember her name. Oh, into the net there from Niemeier as Heather Watson charges in. 40-30. It's hard to imagine anybody doing this apart from Sue Barker. She's given so much to Wimbledon. Two match points for Tatiana Maria over on court number 1. Heather Watson at 40-30. Oh, I was going to say an excellent serve, but there was a late call there. Oh, I can imagine. There's not many in Ostapenko match without drama, is there? Yes, serving for it twice. Oh, and it's wide there from Watson, so we're at deuce. Wow, Tatiana Maria has indeed just gotten the biggest win of her career. She is into the quarterfinals of Wimbledon, defeating Yelena Ostapenko. I think a lot of people's pick to come through that bottom half of the draw, Ostapenko, is out. 5-7, 7-5, 7-5 to Tatiana Maria. What a win for her. And yeah, indeed, can only imagine the handshake. I might have to go back and look at that handshake because I bet it's going to be a fun one. Yeah, thanks for the reminder again, Ronan. Don't forget to like the stream. Every like really does help us, honestly. And don't forget to subscribe as well. Got a new target of 50,000 subscribers now because we hit 40,000 today. So thanks to everybody who is supporting us. Another late call on the serve. Watson was coming in to serve and volley there. I think she might challenge this one. She's talking to the umpire. I think he's convinced her it's probably not worth a challenge. So she will get a second serve. Still has the advantage. It's got her first game since she was broken. Oh, that was called long again. She's going to challenge this one because it would be a double fault. It looked like it may have caught a bit of the line there. It was called long. Let's see what Hawkeye says. It did indeed catch a very decent part of the line. So she's going to get a first serve again here, Heather Watson. Line judge, I think, did a bit of a favour there. Watson still with the advantage to close this game out. Gets this first serve. Serve. The return is into the net and a big roar from the crowd. Heather Watson gets the game. It's 3-2. Yeah, I thought about Claire Balding as well, but yeah, she's not a tennis specialist, I suppose. I think she does so many other sporting things. I don't know if it would be Claire Balding. It'd be interesting to see what it is, but it's going to be a very, very hard set of shoes to fill. Question here from Alex. Best 3 women over the last 10 years not to win a slam. I'd probably have to put Karolina Pliskova up there. I'll have to have a think about my other 2. But definitely Karolina Pliskova. I can't understand how she doesn't have a slam. Okay, Todd saying the handshake was brief but more or less respectful. Okay, interesting. That's good from Ostapenko. Yeah, this is WTA, so anything can happen now that Ostapenko is out. Yeah, indeed. So the winner of this match will be playing Tatiana Maria. So a huge opportunity here to reach a semi-final. Can potentially run into Ons Jabeur in the semi-final if the seedings are anything to go by. She would have to come through a match against Elisa Mertens today, though, would Ons Jabeur. Hey, King Adjust. Hope you're enjoying. That's a good point here. The only player who's had successful grass court preparation still in action is Ons Jabeur. Yeah, Ons Jabeur, she won the title in Berlin on the grass. Well, we had Caroline Garcia, but she's just gone out today. Simona Halep was playing Bad Homburg, but she did pull out of that one. Looking through the draw, yeah, again, I can't really see anybody who's done... Oh, we had Ostapenko. Oh, yeah, of course, Ostapenko's just gone out. I was going to say she was the finalist at Eastbourne. But yeah, on the grass, I believe it is Ons Jabeur with the only real decent prep on the grass. Love 15 here on the serve of Niemeier as Heather Watson gets an excellent volley on the stretch at the net. Yeah, we were saying that Jelena Ostapenko might struggle with the slicing and dicing game of Tatiana Maria. She doesn't like that style of play, and it proved to be true. Oh, Heather Watson here now at love 30. She's going to be looking for that break back. Crowd are really getting behind her here. Sean, completely agree. Roger Federer looked so slick on coming out for that centre court ceremony. It's an excellent suit. Hope we see him back here one more time. He said he hopes to. Return a serve here from Watson. The cross court from Niemeier. Watson floats it up. Niemeier back to that cross court wing. A lob from Heather Watson. Is it going to land in? It does. Niemeier now with the forehand. Watson goes all long. It's just long from Watson there. The crowd called out there in the middle of that point when Watson's shot landed in. I think Niemeier would have had a case for a let there, but she wins the point nevertheless. Yeah, indeed. We could have an all-German quarterfinal at the bottom if Niemeier were to come through. This one would be Niemeier versus Maria. Good serve there. Back and return from Watson. Now Niemeier down the line. Watson attempts the pass, but it's wide. 30 all. So from love 30 to 30 all here. Hey, Ems. Yeah, well, with Iga gone, I'm giving the edge to Ons Jabeur now, but we've also got the likes of Halep and Badosa in. Um, I thought Ostapenko at the bottom of this draw, but she has just lost. So I think I've got Ons Jabeur winning the title, but potentially Halep or Badosa as well. But yeah, a big win for Cornet yesterday over Iga Swiatek, ending that 37 match streak. Well, it's a good recovery here from Niemeier from love 30 down. The Watson on the stretch just can't get to the ball as it bounces twice. Ooh, second serve here. Yeah, it's a good point here, Todd. Tatiana Maria is a mother of two, I believe. Sorry, you said that there was a nice picture of her and her family actually after her last round win. It's a great moment for Maria, especially coming back after having her kids, age of 34, making the quarterfinals of a slam. Yeah, a huge moment for her. I'm very happy for her, even if she did take out Maria Sakkari. Ostapenko has the best facial expressions. I run a tennis Twitter news page, and every time I'm looking through Getty Sport for the images of the winners, Ostapenko has always got some brilliant facial expressions in those pictures. Well, I think JG wouldn't be happy with Tan winning the title. Yeah, I don't want the Tan who took out Serena. I know I need to be impartial. I don't have to be impartial. We do like to give our opinions here on GTL as well. But Tan would fit. Who's Tan facing next? Let me see the draw. Tan plays Amanda Anisimova. I think that could be a tougher one for Tan. But yeah, can you imagine if we get how many Tan as a Wimbledon champion? Where would that come from? And no ranking points as well, because that would have. She would have gained a lot of ranking points from this tournament if there were any. Oh, I can see returns made at 93% for Jule Niemeier in the second set. That's huge numbers. Oh, but the +1 is wide there from Niemeier. We're back at deuce. Yeah, I've noticed this as well. It is a change, returning to full crowds after a few years. But when we first started having crowds back, I really didn't like it. It was really annoying for me, like crowds, cheering midpoint and things like that. And I thought, gosh, I quite liked it without crowds. But now that they're back, yeah, it is much better. I do like it, but it does annoy me if they make noise during the play. Something else that really kind of gets to me is crowds cheering a double fault. But I think the crowd here at Wimbledon are a pretty respectful crowd. Advantage Niemeier here. Casey, don't try to get me rooting for Maria. I'm not. I'm upset that she took out Sakkari. To be honest, I called the first half of that match, and trying to say Maria versus Sakkari was just very, very confusing. But yeah, I do like rooting for the mums as well. Oh, it's an ace there down the tee from Jule Niemeier, and we are 3 games apiece. So Heather Watson had love 30 in that service game. Can't capitalize on it, and we are at 3 games all. Yeah, Schmidlova does have great expressions as well. She didn't do too badly here. Who did she lose to? I can't remember now. I'm looking at my draw, but yeah, she does indeed. That is a very good point, actually, Casey. It does look good for Serena if Tan wins. Probably make me feel better, actually. Sean saying, let Harmony Tan have a day in the sun. I will. Well, she's of Instagram fame now with the spat with Tamara Korpach, her doubles partner, who was not happy that Tan had pulled out of the doubles, citing an injury, and then went on to win her next 2 singles matches. And yes, it's an excellent pun. We've had 2 great puns from you now today. Stat here that actually Niemeier and Tan are the only 2 Wimbledon debutantes to still be in the draw. Both of them making their first Wimbledons and still in the draw. Hey, good to have you in. Hope you're doing well. I'm sure you've all been watching the Ostapenko match. Ostapenko going out there to Maria. Oh, it's a double fault here from Watson. Love 30. And after having love 30 on the Niemeier serve, Watson in a bit of trouble. Hard to argue with that. Semi-masochistic to be a Zachary fan. I know it is, isn't it? I can't help but root for her because I think she's great and she seems like a really nice person as well. But it's slightly painful. I won't lie. Oh, what a dig there from Niemeier. It's lobbed up by Wilson. Niemeier now with a forehand on the rise. Watson. Oh, thought that was a winning forehand on the run from Watson, but it was just called wide. And we've got 3 break points here for Niemeier. After Watson had the early break in this second set, Niemeier now with a chance to go ahead a break. Heather Watson's won 1 of 2 of her break points. Saved 1 of 2, excuse me. Took a lot of pace off that serve now with the forehand on the middle. Drop shot from Niemeier. Heather Watson is there. Goes down the line on the forehand. Niemeier with the lob. Is long. Break point number 1 saved. Yeah, I agree. I think on the whole, Wimbledon crowds are the most respectful. Yeah, I think... well, I was at Roland Garros for the first time this year, and that's a crowd. That's an interesting crowd there. It's not like the experience at Wimbledon, put it that way. US Open, I think, yeah, as well. Davis Cup and Billie Jean King Cup, yeah, I agree there. But yes, what a win for Tatiana Maria. Such a tight match as well. 5-7, 7-5, 7-5. Watson here trying to save another break point. Oh, she drops it with a double fault. What a way to hand that break over. And it is Jule Niemeier now to a very subdued centre court who will sit down for the change of ends with the advantage at 4-3. Hey, nice to have you in again. Nice to see all my regulars. Yeah, we've got the veterans doing well. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier with Cornet and Watson getting career best Grand Slam results at the age of 30 plus. And yeah, I think it could be a tricky one for Jabeur today. Mertens played very well against Kerber to take her out in straight sets, but I'm still going to pick Jabeur to come through that one. Yeah, sorry. I have been trying to have a think about these best players with no slam. Pliskova, I'd already said. I think Svitolina as well. I would put up there, and I agree with Radwanska. I think that's a good 3: Pliskova, Radwanska, and Svitolina. Cibulkova as well would be up there, but I think I would probably go with those 3. Svitolina, again, one of those players who does really well on the lower level, even at the Masters 1000s actually, but just can't seem to make that breakthrough at a slam. But I wonder if we will see Svitolina again. Expecting a baby with Gael Monfils is Svitolina, so she will be out of the game. Yeah, this is Jule Niemeier's second Grand Slam appearance. So Roland Garros was her first, and now this is her first Wimbledon. So just a second Grand Slam. So Niemeier here serving to consolidate that breaker serve. But Heather Watson with the passing shot here. And a big roll, love 15. And indeed, yeah, with the loss of Jelena Ostapenko a few moments ago, Simona Halep is the only Grand Slam champion left in the draw. Niemeier here at love 15. Yeah, it's not looking good for Watson right now. She was up a break in this set, but hopefully she can pull it back. It was a good passing shot for her on the previous point. Now she goes with the forehand, the backhand from Niemeier. Watson goes back to that side. Niemeier again with the backhand. Watson with the cross court. Niemeier can't do anything with it. Love 30 for Watson here. Casey, I think Svitolina was good enough to potentially win a slam at one point because the way she's performed at some Masters 1000, she won the year-end championships as well. So you've got to beat a lot of great players to win that. She could just never elevate her game at the crucial moments at a slam. but I think she was good enough for it. That's a good serve there, though, from Niemeier. Watson can't do anything with that one. 15-30. Yeah, Hamilton and Maria using the slices. I think that's what Ostapenko just didn't like there. It's not a game style that she likes to play. And yeah, they're bringing it back. Manages to get the return, does Watson, but it's short, and Niemeier can put the cross-court winner away. So from love 30 again, as in the previous service game of Niemeier, she saves it to 30 all. Oh, indeed, yes. Niemeier was one of the qualifiers in that article that came out. Roland, I think, was responsible for that article. Niemeier, one of the qualifiers to watch. Yeah, it's all very true, actually. Gabriella Sabatini would probably have more than one if she hadn't played in the Steffi Graf era. Second serve here for Niemeier. Oh, that was a tight one. Return is there from Watson. Now Niemeier at the net. Can easily put it away. 40-30. Completely agree with you there. Crucial matches here between Halep Badosa and Mertens Jabeur. It's unfortunate because those are the two I would put as the top for the title now, but they're questionably the two with the hardest fourth round draws. Of course, Badosa being an excellent player, but a good win over Kvitova yesterday, and Mertens is just consistency at slams. So if Jabeur and Halep can get through those, then they are heavy favourites. But they could be tough ones for them. Well, Niemeier once again on serve digs herself from a love 30 hole, and she does indeed consolidate the break of serve. And so after this change of ends, Heather Watson will be serving to stay in this match as Jule Niemeier is now up a set and a break.
Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier. Jule Niemeier, bringing the fire, bringing the fire, bringing the Jule Niemeier, Jule Niemeier, Jule Niemeier, bringing the fire, bringing the fire, bringing the.
Well, Watson here serving to stay in it. Niemeier has just pulled off a wonderful passing shot, a drop shot cross-court pass at the net from Watson. Watson played a decent drop shot, but Niemeier was there, so it's love 15, just 3 points from the win now is Niemeier, the biggest win of her career. It would be. And yeah, I agree here. Heather does seem to be a really lovely character. I think, this is her best chance here. If she can come through this playing Tatiana Maria in the quarterfinals, this is her best chance, really. But it's not looking good. Down a set and a break here. Second serve, forehand return from Niemeier. Oh, it was just wide. 15 all. Yeah, it's probably going to be a long one, that match between Ons and Mertens, isn't it? Here we go, Watson serving to stay in it. That's a great serve. Niemeier gets the return, but Watson has it going in the wrong direction, 30-15. Sean, that would be me. I am doing the Sinner Alcaraz match after this one on centre court. And indeed, the Goff and Tiafoe match is going to definitely be a long one because they are over 2.5 hours now, just for 2.5 sets. 1 set apiece as well. That's a good match over there. And a return of serve is long there from Niemeier. We have a game point for Watson to at least ask the question of Niemeier, force her to serve it out. Possibly nerves here with the serving for the biggest win of her career. So Watson here to at least keep the 1 break deficit. Watson, just wide. Yeah, JC, you did miss quite a bit. And Watson here serving to stay in it. I don't know, honestly. That bottom half of the draw now with Ostapenko gone, It's a possibility. Watson gets the game there with a good serve. The return is into the net, so she will ask the question of Niemeier at 5-4. I think there's potential. I think if Ons Jabeur were to go out from that bottom half, maybe, but unlikely, I think. But it's the WTA, it's very it's you can't ever rule anything out with the WTA in this era. Didn't Mertens beat Jabeur at the US Open? I'm not actually sure. I'm going to look that up. Because if that is true, well, I mean, Jabeur is a different player, I suppose, to then. She's really come on this year. Let's see, the US Open. She did indeed. Elisa Mertens beat Ons Jabeur in the third round of the US Open last year. 6-3, 7-5. That's a good shout there. Hi, hope you're well as well. So we've got, I think it's David who is covering the Tommy Paul Cam Norrie match. Yeah, that will be David. David's got court 1 today, I think. My prediction, I think it's going to be a tough one for Norrie because Tommy Paul is really good on the grass and he's having a great season so far. I think I would maybe give the edge to Norrie, but I wouldn't be surprised if Paul managed to pull off the upset there. Niemeier serving for the match. Good serve. Watson gets the return now with the long forehand from Niemeier. Love 15. Todd, yeah, I'll be calling the Alcaraz-Sinner match on. That is after this one on centre court. So Niemeier serving for it. Loses the first point on serve. Good serve, 400 turn from Watson. Niemeier with the good cross-court winner there. That's good. 15 all. Imagine if Mertens beats Jabeur and wins the title. Yeah, we've always said that Elisa Mertens is that consistent player, always wins the matches she's supposed to win, but can never quite beat the players ranked above her or make that step up at the slams. So, yeah. I'm going to edge Jabeur in that match, but it could be trouble. Just 2 points from the title here now is Niemeier. 30-15. Doesn't seem to be showing many nerves. Very composed in this big match. Good serve, forehand chip return from Watson. Oh, clips the net from Niemeier, gives Watson a bit more time. Niemeyer's at the volley with the net, but Watson gets the passing volley. It's 30 all. Watson in a last-ditch attempt here now to stay alive in this match. Did I say 2 points from the title? I meant 2 points from the win. Gosh, I'm not predicting. Oh, return is into the net there from Watson. Match point, 40-30. Where's my match point button?
Match point.
Match point, not championship point. Match point. Good serve, forehand return from Watson. Forehand from Niemeier on the rise. Backhand from Watson. Forehand from Niemeier. Watson goes backhand through the middle. Niemeier back to that side. Watson with the backhand now down the line from Niemeier. Watson with the cross court. Niemeier is there. It's a little slip from Niemeier. Watson with the cross court. Into the net from Niemeier. We're at juice. Crowd loving this. It's okay. She slipped mid-point there, did Niemeier. Didn't go to the ground, but I think just lost her footing. But Watson hanging in here. Good serve. Forehand return is long. Miss hit there. Caught the frame by the sounds of it. And it is another match point here. I think she might have broken a string there, actually, Watson, because she's going for a racket change. But it is second match point here.
Match point.
Crowd now really trying to get Watson over the line here, but it is the qualifier Niemeier with a match point. to set up an all-German quarterfinal against Tatiana Maria. First serve, backhand return. Niemeier is short. She comes in with the long ball. Heather Watson with the lob. Niemeier runs back for it. But it's gone past her. Heather Watson with a big fist pump. That was a good lob. Heather Watson now getting the crowd involved. We're at juice number 2. Yeah, as well. I'm glad she's getting another day on centre court. It's always nice to get that big court at a home slam with the crowd behind you. She's not playing her best in this match as Heather, but serve was just wide there from Niemeier. Yeah, she's not playing her best match, Watson, but she's given a good fight here as Niemeyer's trying to serve it out. Second serve, forehand return from Watson. Niemeier with the cross court. Heather Watson gets it. Now with the slice backhand from Niemeier. Watson with the backhand slice as well. Down the line from Niemeier. Watson cross court. Niemeier gets there. Can Watson put it back? She hits it back to Niemeier now with the volley. Oh, it's wide. Oh, should Heather Watson have gone down the line there? Instead, she hit the cross court back to Niemeier. And it is match point number 3.
Match point.
Well, Heather Watson on the ropes here as Niemeier has another match point. Quite a quick match here. 1 hour and 17 minutes. Advantage Niemeier. With the first serve. Watson with the backhand return. Niemeier now with the forehand down the middle. Backhand from Watson is into the net. Niemeier drops a racket. She can't believe it. Jule Niemeier, the qualifier, sets up an all-German quarterfinal. It's a lovely moment at the net there between the two. Disappointing for Watson. She did not play her best in this match at all. But Jule Niemeier was calm and composed in the center court crowd. And she has made a first ever Grand Slam quarterfinal on her second Grand Slam appearance, just her first ever Wimbledon. The young 22-year-old German Jule Niemeier will face Tatiana Maria, the 34-year-old mother of 2 in the quarterfinal. So what a moment for her, Niemeier. Unfortunate for Watson, because that was probably the best chance she's going to get to reach a slam quarter or a semi, but a career best for Watson here in reaching the 4th round. Had never done that before, and at the age of 30 did it for the first time here. But it is Jule Niemeier who comes through. An excellent win for her there. The qualifiers through to the quarterfinals. Everybody who is on the stream, thank you very much for joining me on this one. Before you go, please don't forget to hit the like button. We're almost at 100, as JG has just pointed out. So please hit the like button. And everybody, it helps us out very much. And don't forget to subscribe as well. I will be calling the Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner matchup next on this court. So please join me for that one. And we will have, of course, after that, Novak Djokovic and Tim van Rijthoven. I think it will be Roland bringing you that one. But join me over on that one. Thank you all for joining me. Don't forget to hit the like before you go, and I'll see you on the next stream. Jule Niemeier 6264.